Number 1, click here to read and listen to the poem 2 times. Then highlight 5 to 7 words, phrases, or lines that are important to you. Remember to highlight. You make sure it's highlighted in blue. Click the highlight color, and you need to be using light colors to highlight. So, hint, how do you know what in this poem is important to you? It's important if you like the way it sounds, or if you like the image it creates, or maybe the rhythm of the words, or maybe you just like the meaning of the words. So highlight 5 to 7 things in this poem that are important to you. Then come back and listen to the next set of directions. As I read the poem a third time, I want you to focus on the parts you highlighted. Then answer the questions at the end of the poem. How We Survive by Mark Rickerby. If we are fortunate, we are given a warning. If not, there is only the sudden horror, the wrench of being torn apart, of being reminded that nothing is permanent, not even the ones we love, the ones our lives revolve around. Life is a fragile affair. We are all dancing on the edge of a precipice, a cliff, a dizzying cliff so high we can't see the bottom. One by one, we lose those we love most into the dark ravine below. So we must cherish them without reservation. Now, today, this minute. We will lose them, or they will lose us someday. This is certain. There is no time for bickering, fighting, and their loss will leave a great pit in our hearts, a pit we struggle to avoid during the day and fall into at night. Some, unable to accept this loss, unable to determine the worth of life without them, jump into that black pit spiritually or physically, hoping to find them there. And some survive the shock, the denial, the horror, the bargaining, the barren, empty aching, the unanswered prayers, the sleepless nights, when their breath is crushed under the weight of silence and all that it means. Somehow, some survive all that, and like a flower opening after a storm, they slowly began to remember the one they lost in a different way. The laughter, the irrepressible spirit, the generous heart, the way their smile made them feel, the encouragement they gave, even as their own dreams were dying. And in time, they fill the pit with other memories, the only memories that really matter. We will still cry. We will always cry, but with loving reflection more than hopeless longing. And that is how we survive. That is how the story should end. That is how they would want it to be. So go back and rewind and listen to the poem one more time. And then highlight your 5 to 7 phrases that are important to you. And then rewind and listen to the poem a third time and just focus on the highlighted parts. And then scroll down to the bottom and locate the questions. To answer the question, you'll click and type your answer. List one part you chose to highlight. So that means copy and paste it here below number 4. And then tell me, why did you choose that part? Explain to me, why was that important to you? Then, number 5, What advice could Esperanza find in this poem to help her with the death of her dad? What words of wisdom are in this poem that could help her? When you're done, be sure to submit your assignment.